In this sketch, I'm going to show you how to make what I think is the most delicious martini you're likely to ever taste. Now, I have to confess that I never cared for martinis. Throughout most of my life, I never understood what all the fuss was about, and there is a lot of fuss associated with them. But I like to imagine myself an indulgent, generous host, and I always felt that it was my duty to be able to make a really good one in case a guest should ask for it. And in the course of a tremendous amount of research, purely in the interests of gracious entertaining, I assure you, I surprised myself. I came up with something that I think is absolutely delicious, and I want to share it with you right now.
Oh my God.
It's like a miracle.
Now, I know that this recipe might be controversial for a couple of reasons. First, we're using vodka instead of gin, and I know that there are a lot of martini drinkers who insist that gin makes the only proper martini. But I don't agree. First of all, when you see a gin martini, it's almost always as dry as can be, with as little vermouth as possible. Sometimes you see them so dry that people are just waving the vermouth bottle around the shaker like some kind of religious ceremony. Now, why would you want it so dry? Well, I'll tell you why. Because gin and vermouth are both herbal, and they compete with each other. They don't really harmonize. If you want a glass of gin, go ahead and have a glass of gin. But if you want a proper mixed drink, you need to use the right spirit, and the right spirit is vodka. I hate to appeal to the authority of a fictional character, but the imaginary James Bond has got it exactly right. Vodka is the spirit that works best with the vermouth. So that's what we're going to use. The other reason this is going to be controversial is because we're going to use a fair amount of vermouth. I think the flavor is very good. It really adds to the drink. And a lot of people are going to think, well, that drink's going to be too weak. But it's not, because we're not going to get it anywhere near an ice cube. We're going to freeze it instead. So it's going to work out just fine. All right, let's begin. We need 4 measures of vodka. You can use any measure that you like. I happen to be using a ½ cup right here. All right, that's 4. Now, before you go on, make a mark on the glass. Now, for the vermouth, 1 measure, 4 to 1. Pop that in there, and again, make a mark. Now cover the marks with a little bit of clear tape so that they don't get smeared. Now you can refill your glass when you're under the influence. You don't have to worry about any measuring or anything like that. Use a wide-mouthed jar, especially if you're like me and your hands shake from blissful decades of uninterrupted drunkenness. Now, give this a shake and put it in the freezer for at least 2 hours. Longer is better. If you can make these up 3-4 hours in advance, that's even better. We want this dead cold to have the right effect. Now let's talk about what might be the most important ingredient of all, the olive. I have here a jar of generic supermarket Spanish olives. This is what you want. I've tasted a number of olives, posh, gourmet olives, special martini olives, all kinds of nonsense, and I didn't like the taste of them at all. To get the real flavor of a typical martini, you need the generic supermarket Spanish olives, so stick with that. Now, to start, I want 1 olive in the glass, and then I want a tiny bit of olive brine, a few drops, less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. What we're making here is a slightly dirty vodka martini. This has been in the freezer for several hours. Now let's take a look at this. Look at that. It's so cold, it's syrupy. We'll just have to have a taste. Oh, God. That is so good. It's ice cold. It's not weak. The alcoholic strength is perfect because we never put it on ice. It's refreshing. It's delicious. The olive brine and the vermouth work perfectly together. Now, if you nurse your drink, and I strongly recommend that you don't, but if you must, your drink's going to get warm, and there's nothing on earth worse than a warm martini. To refresh your drink, keep a jar, thick-walled glass jar, just like this, and fill it with ice. Keep it in the freezer. The glass will get dead cold. The ice is obviously cold. It's ice. And you can tip your drink in there very, very quickly and refresh it. Hold on to your olive, tip it in, give it a quick go around, and then strain it back into your glass. It'll pick up a little bit of water, but not too much. And you can see it's still syrupy. That's the way to go. Now I have just one little caveat for you. I had to have another slurp, sorry. And that's this. You want to have the olive in the glass, never in the mixture. And the reason for that is, and honestly I don't know whether it's the salt or the oil in the olive or the olive brine, but if you put anything that has olive or olive brine in this mixture and put it back in the freezer, it'll turn into a Slurpee. The water and the alcohol will separate and you'll have a slushy, disgusting mess. So, olives and olive brine in the glass only. Other than that, this is fab. Cheers.